Hey miners, Mining King here. Today we're going to talk about the Helium miner I got a few months back in March. So let's get right into it. And before we start this video, I just want to say thank you to Triple D Innovations for sending me out your sticker. Thank you, as well as Tizen. Thanks, guys. I will be sending you a message and asking you where you want to be on my wall. So let's talk about this guy right here. This, rack gold minted Helium hotspot miner. And it's been a couple of months, so I'm going to give you my thoughts and my review on this product. And this is just, once again, my opinion, not financial advice or anything like that. This is just my experiences with gold minted and rack. So just take it with a grain of salt. If you guys like Helium, that's great. So let's get into this review. So I got this in a queue. I paid $4.99 plus tax. And initially it was supposed to come with an SD card upgrade, but it was extremely late. I was going to say about a month late. I did go out and buy my own SD card, so that wasn't added cost. So little upset with that. Poor customer experience, with that initial, very upfront start of this was already a bad experience. And then so my experience with Helium has not been good. I have roughly mined about, in the couple of months I have been mining, I've mined, and it's not even use the word mine because you're not even mining. So we'll just say I've earned 0.13 Helium. Okay, that's maybe like $1.10 in a couple of months. My estimated ROI is like 800 months or something like that, 900 months. These were really good when they first came out last year in 2021 because these were extremely hard to get. And there was only so many miners out there. I don't know why we call them miners. Let's call them Helium hotspots, right? And the rewards were really good then. I was making like $50, $100 a day and all this other crazy stuff we were seeing with all these other YouTubers. And the reason for that is because there wasn't as many on the network. And I believe that with Helium, because now there's hundreds of thousands of these things online now even I've seen in their queue here that they're not even selling out anymore. So as more and more of these come online, your profitability will get less and less and less. So the only real way to, in my opinion, for this to be relatively profitable, and I mean yes, it is only using 5 watts, but I mean, you're talking 900 months. This thing's going to take you like 30 years to ROI. So if you want a project that you don't mind spending a little bit of money on and getting into it just for fun, then this project, sure, this could be for you. But if you're looking at this from like an investment standpoint and profitability and actually making money, I'm actually going to say that you probably shouldn't be doing Helium, because I just don't see it happening. There's going to have to be huge price discovery in order for these things even to remotely make what they were making when they first came out. So I do not see it being great on Helium. There's hundreds of thousands of Helium hotspots. The price is extremely low, which, I mean, the whole market's low, but once again, not financial advice. But so far, it hasn't been great. My hotspot has been constantly down. When they did the new HIP implement, their Helium implement protocol, that the new one where we all became, the light hotspots, it kicked my hotspot off, and it took me like 4 days to get it back going again. So it was, to me, and on top of that, right? Even if it looks like you're in a good area and you have no big buildings around you and it looks great, right? You could make nothing like me. I live in a desert. It's flat. There's not a lot around me. There is some Helium hotspots near me, But for some reason, I never get witnessed or anything like that. So I feel like it's just too much of a gamble. I feel like you have to hold this thing and be on one leg and do a helium dance and pray that it's just going to work. And when it comes from, now I run my farm, I run it a little bit as a business, and it is a business technically. So from a business standpoint, right, not a hobby style, from a business standpoint, this doesn't make sense. For $500, I would have much rather got like a 3060, or if you're lucky to get, a founder's edition, you get a 3070, right? So to me, that money would have been better spent on, not buying this and buying a GPU instead from a business standpoint. Now, from a person who's spec mining, if you're trying to diversify and you want to have other coins in other areas, then sure, I guess you could use this, but I will warn you that it's so much of a gamble. There's no way to calculate the profitability correctly and to know that in your area if this thing's even going to work or not. And yes, I realize it does only use a minimal amount of wattage, but I'm just saying, as far as the money you spent on it versus the money being spent somewhere else, I think the money could be spent better doing something else, in my opinion. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know your experiences with Helium, if it's been good, if it's been bad, or if you're not into Helium, maybe you're thinking about getting into Helium and you stumbled across this video. I do have some videos if you need to like update your SD card and things like that. I'll leave it up in the card up here if you guys want to watch that. So I did, like I said, I've been doing this for a few months, and so the end result of this, I'm actually doing a trade, and I will be trading it to another community member for a GPU. So this will be finding a new home, and I'm trading it for a RX 6600 XT. I believe it's a Sapphire, which Sapphire is my favorite AMD brand, by the way. So I just kind of wanted to do like a video here, let you know what I made in a couple of months. I've only made 0.13 Helium. It's just, I go days or even a week without even making anything. It's so irregular and non-consistent, and I don't need something else that I have to sit there and constantly babysit and make sure it's running. You know what I mean? I don't need that. So for me, I don't think that Helium's a good fit. Wherever it's going, and and who it's going to, I hope it does well, because I don't want them not to do well. But this right here is so much of it's like a big question mark. So just want you guys to know that there's so much that you can't calculate and even understand if you're even going to do well. And for those uncertainties, I'm getting rid of my Helium hotspot miner. Well, guys, please let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think this is a good trade or not. Maybe let me know if there was something else I could have done. I did move like 3 different locations. I had it here, and there's a window right over here, and I had it over here on top of my streaming PC. I just had it on top right by the window. Didn't work. I put it up in my attic with a fan, because it does get kind of hot down here in Arizona, so I had a box fan blowing on it. Didn't do very well in the attic. And then I put it out in my garage, right by the garage door, so it's right by the opening, and it still didn't do good. So now I did not do an antenna upgrade because I didn't want to put any more money into this. Yeah, I just didn't want to put more money into it if it's already not doing well. It just doesn't seem like a good investment, in my opinion. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this trade. Is it a good trade? Do you guys think maybe I should have tried some more things before I gave up on it? I just think after a few months, if you're making that little, it's just not worth your time and effort, in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts. I really would appreciate it. All right, guys, this is the Miner King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.